Okay, we're in the midst of a test. This is a pretty significant test, so I thought I'd record this. Could be monumental. We've been studying the schematics of my reverse board. We even went back to the research papers that we found on the reverse circuitry. Went through the pinouts, make sure the components fit where they have them. And now we're doing a test on adding a capacitor in a certain location. Okay, we just tried this little guy and we put him in here, and now I'm going to try this little guy here, and what we want to see is the voltage changes. We try to keep it around 7. Okay, and now I'm going to clip in this capacitor. It's about a 1000 puff capacitor, and I want you to keep your eye on the meter. About 8 volts. About 7 volts. So we get a 1 volt of extra power by clipping this part in. Now, the hard part for me all along in doing all of this work in messing with this board was my reverse. My reverse function had a delay in it. It just wasn't smooth. So now I want you to pay attention to this. We're running now. Neutral, reverse, neutral, reverse, neutral. I outran it. Neutral, reverse. You can't outrun it, but it's a fraction of it's a half a second. You give it half a second, it's there. Okay, and we're still getting 14.4 on the big end. That means the big end of the tachometer is as fast as you can go, and we are on the big end of the transformer. So we're going a minus 14.4, so we're in reverse. So let's switch that and see what we got going forward. And we got 13.8 forward. That could be the spacing in the armature because of the push-pull of the worm or something like that. But we're going to round it up to 14 and go in reverse. 14.5. 14 to 14.5. So I can check my shims and see. I was walking a little bit. Okay. Now, I have one more test, and I'm just going to try to do it with one hand, which is always dangerous, but I think I can. Got rid of him. We're still hooked up. Now, what we call the big enchilada. This is it. This is the main test. That's the positive. There's the negative. Not my best clip, but I got it. Negative, positive. We're still, looks like we're still hooked up. There's forward. There's reverse. It's hooked up. Forward and reverse. That's reverse. That's forward. So the reverse function is snappy. Now, we're in positive 6 volts. We're going to go to the other end of the tachometer. We're going to the big end. 14 flat on the big end. All right, let's try it on the other side. 14.8 on the big end. That is as big as we've ever been with this capacitor hooked on to the original location, which was at the input of the circuit board. Where right now we're in the middle of the circuit board. We're bypassing the reverse toggle circuitry, and we're going right to the boost power to the motor circuitry. So we're boosting power to the motor, and we're not impacting the reverse toggle function. That's what we wanted. that's forward. And it says negative is forward. What I need to do, I think, is switch the wires to get positive in the forward direction. But that doesn't matter. The bottom line is we've just gained... Well, here, let's do this. Let's get going. I'll unhook one lead. I'll unhook the ground. That's always the safer one to unhook, okay? Now look. Now look. Right at 7 volts. So now I'm going to hook up ground again with one hand. Gets up to from 7 to 1.2. So you get about 1.2 volts. Not outrageous, but let's try this experiment here. Let's unhook it on the big end. Drops to 12 to 14. So 2 volts on the big end. So the increase is incremental in that, yeah, you got 1 volt at 50%, but you got 2 volts at 100%. You see what I'm saying? So we're getting 2 volts by plugging this capacitor in, and we still have a snappy instant reverse. That's the key. Now here we are at 14.8. I unhooked the capacitor, and we're sitting around 13, so it's running well. And then I hook it in, instantly we're at 14.8. It's instant. No impact on the reverse. Boards are warm, but I will say this, they are not hot. They are not hot. Brushes are not hot. Nothing's hot. Nothing is hot. Warm but not hot. That is a win. This is a win. I was going to do this relay and some other baloney. Forget about it. Put that tiny little thing away. We got the big boy on here. We've got reverse, and we just gained 2 volts on the big end. That's going to give us all the power we need. There's my, I think it's a beautiful bottom. It's a train, right? The bottom of a train. I think it's beautiful. That shows all the work we did on this. And then that beautiful paint job I did. That's probably the best paint job I've ever done. Spray can. But look at the lines on that engine. Is that beautiful? Those are air intake. That keeps the micro reactor from overheating. There's the window, see out over the reactor. Oh yeah, this engine is going to put that thing down the line. Oh yeah. So what you're seeing is exactly the same components in all of the tenders that I've built, even the one that has the enclosure, the nice tight one right there. All the components are the same. What's different is where I attach this capacitor. I was attaching it way back here, then I moved it to here. No, I attach it to midway on this PC board down here. I'm just gonna have to run 2 leads out. Bingo, done. And we'll have perfect reverse. Perfect reverse. Good strong pull. And power. Yes. I am thrilled. I am thrilled. I am thrilled. Major breakthrough. This is the best thing. We've been building this board for almost 10 years. well, I don't know. Am I lying? 2015. This is our original design, 2015. 11 years we've been building this board, and this is the biggest single improvement to this board today. And we did it on the stupid Casey Jones because he needs it. He needs that power. He's got that skinny armature. Man, is he gonna fly low. Okay, I'm out of here. You guys, let's post this, chew on it, try to understand, digest it. Anybody who has our board and you want to talk about this, adding this to your board, let us know. Contact me, and we'll figure something out. Okay? Take care.